All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with the man who has had to stick with me all season long, Charles Davis. And Charles, the anticipation, the hype, the media coverage, all in the rearview mirror now. We can finally get down to playing some football.
Yeah, don't worry about that, partner. I'll ride or die with you anytime. You know that. But here's the best thing about this. Everyone talks about trying to keep things normal as they approach the Super Bowl. There is no such thing as normal. The pageantry, the hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
Watch the safety creep.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bell. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ready. Mike's 59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. It's caught. Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Situation. Let's go. Back. Go. He's coming. We got double. No.
Throwing again. Jackson. Anderson a first down and more. Open man is Robbie Anderson. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Flush to his right. Got an open man. It's a noon one. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Let's go.
From the gun, Jackson looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Chandler Catanzaro for the Jets field goal.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Wentz going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Shift. Shift. Motion. 56. Hey, echo. 6 right there.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time to Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 62 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Leonard Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over first.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second down, it's Bell. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They go play action with Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. You.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
74.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Hey, 2. 57.
Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. It's complete to Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. To throw is Wentz. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. 54. Right there. Exit. Shift. Watch the shift.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Throwing now is Wentz. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Jackson on 1st down. Going up top. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jets will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Wentz. Buying time to his left. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That's it, baby. We got one.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
It's a gain of 2. That's another Eagles first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What's the run? They're running.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Just keep it, and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Quentin Williams, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing is Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. Wentz going to throw.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
46 down, man. 5-4. 56 to Mike.
Now Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught by Jackson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
To throw, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got to...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, it stays up. Powerful running. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now Jackson, eluding the pressure, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now they try the right side here.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, the ball. Let it go.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Throwing is Jackson. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end.